friends and gamers. So I have recorded back-to-back now Genshin, Star Rail, and now we have Zenless. So we finally got drip marketing. 2 characters, actually. Now I haven't gotten into 1.7 yet. I haven't, oh god, I never even did a content catch up because I scrapped it because I was just like stressed. So we're back on it, I guess. But we're getting drip marketing for, this is 1.8 or 2.0. I'm assuming it's going to go full send to 2.0 in the future. Also, yes, hi, I usually don't do face cam stuff like this, but I don't have my VTuber set up because I'm in a hotel for these Dallas Switch 2 thing, right? Okay, we're up to speed. This video might not even see the light of day. If it has, hi, I guess this is something we're doing right now because I usually don't even do drip marketing, but there's a first time for everything, I guess. Listen, if Zenless drip markets it at the right time, we can do it. The right time being 11 o'clock when I sit down to react to things. So we need to go back to the beginning here, right? We need to go back to the beginning. YIXUAN finally got drip marketed, and there's something about a weather app. I know a lot of people love her, but I don't know if I'm the outlier, because I might be the outlier. I think she's fine. I think she's really pretty, but like I saw Vivian and immediately I was like, yes, pull right now. I need her. Same thing with Hugo. I know Hugo's a male character and YIXUAN's a female character, obviously, but like Vivian will be a good comparison. Jane Doe, I was like immediately yes. But I don't really know anything about YIXUAN. I just know she's like mysterious and pretty. I generally thought it was YUNKUI Summit, but here it says YUNKUI. So YUNKUI Summit. It could be YUNKUI, but I don't know. Kui is probably more correct pronunciation. Once you enter these gates, leave your worldly concerns and formalities at the foot of the mountain. So this is like, first of all, it's definitely our faction that has the most leaning towards like Chinese culture. And that is like a big generalization to make, but that's kind of like the first thing. But there is references to some of the other YUNKUI Summit people. So there's Fufu, who is the Thyran, like I think a panther Thyran. So there's her. YINHU, who's the panda, that's the other character that got drip marketed today. They're just a random disciple. Yeah, a random disciple. I've seen, because I know I was seeing people say like, oh, there's another one mentioned, but I'm not seeing another one mentioned here. Fufu says maybe loneliness isn't an issue for someone as strong as Shifu, but whenever I think about that, I can't help but feel an inexplicable sadness. Why is that so sad? Fufu, why is that is so sad. Wait, why is hers so sad? So she's like the loner. I feel like that's why I'm not super like into it, because she's just, it feels like they're really leaning into that like archetype of like, I don't need friends, they disappoint me. Like that's an old meme, but that's immediately the vibe I'm getting. And they're gonna go full send into like the like romantic attraction trope with her. I can tell what they're gonna do, and I feel like that's why I'm not vibing with it, because I can see exactly what's gonna happen, and I'm not the biggest fan. I'm gonna be so real. Like I know some people get into Zenless for the implied romanticism of it, I guess, but I didn't. So that's just me. I'm built different, not like the other girls, I guess. And this isn't even to hate on YIXUAN. I think she's like fine, but I feel like there's just something that isn't drawing me in as strongly as other characters. Like I'm more interested in YINHU than YIXUAN. It's not because she's like the girl character or whatever, and YINHU is essentially the, I'm assuming, guy character that's being drip marketed. It's not even that, because there's been other characters that I've immediately been drawn to. It's like not even based on that. It's just like, I don't know what it is, but I can't fully be, like, I don't have anything fully attaching me to YIXUAN. What does YINHU say? Pan YINHU, we'll get to him in a second, says the way the Qingming bird looks at me sometimes, it's exactly like Shifu's gaze. So Shifu is what they're using to refer to YIXUAN. I believe Shifu just means master, or like teacher, but not teacher, because teacher is Laoshi, but you know, it's like a master, and this is based kind of like on that sort of thing where she would be. I don't want to say it's based on Kung Fu, but I think it might be to a certain degree. So like that she's like the master in that regard. So when they say Shifu, they're talking about like master, and she's like their master. So like master in the forms of like a teacher. So that's what that is referenced to, because that comes up later on. I'm not sure who's copying who here, but man, it's uncanny. Oh, I like YINHU. That's the thing, I feel like other characters just have a lot of personality, and she's mysterious, so we don't really have that personality with her. So then a YUNKUI Summit disciple, whose talisman failed to receive YIXUAN's evaluation, said, I'd rather be banished by my own talismans than face that look from Shifu again. Dear God. So then there's a story about those times you can always hear at Yumchasin. It says that night the sky was ablaze with crimson flames, and the Shifus of YUNKUI Summit walked silently into that endless darkness. I don't even know what that means. Sure, it's 11:46. I don't know what that means. There's words, I'm reading them, I don't know what it means. And this was a reference to, because it says the Shifus of YUNKUI Summit. So there's multiple Shifus, there's multiple teachers there. YIXUAN is only one of them. So yeah, explaining things badly, because I know bare minimum of Mandarin Chinese. Yep, that's what we do here. She says, those who enter my sanctuary shall find their troubles lifted. Okay, well that's her. I believe we do have voice from her though as well. So if we go back here, there should be a little video. Yes, there is a little video. So that was Agent Record. No, this is the video for Agent Record. Let's watch. Can I just full screen this one? Hold on, let me get some volume going here. Hopefully it's not too loud. What does she sound like? YIXUAN, speak.
The most opportune moment.
Yeah, I expected that voice from her. That makes sense.
It is the duty of
Vibes though.
like
She's got a bird. She's got a bird. Okay, that's a big bird.
to seek.
I like her voice a lot though. I do like her voice, I will say that. I like her a lot. What does she say? Like, what's her quote? The most opportune moment was yesterday. And then she's talking about mystics. So, first of all, she's the overachiever type. And maybe it's because I am also a little bit of the overachiever type that whenever I see a character like this, either I really, really vibe with them, or I'm just kind of like, Like, she's overworks herself. Big whoop. I'm kidding. Don't do that. I do that. Don't do that. I'm sitting here in my hotel room recording a video at like midnight. I think her voice is really fitting though for the character. I do think it's really, really fitting. Like they really got that like down. Like it just sounds like how I was expecting her to sound. Because I haven't heard her yet because I needed to do a big like content catch up for Zenless and just skipped it. I'm not gonna do it right now. I'm gonna do it in VTuber mode when we get back. But yeah, this is exactly how I was expecting her to sound. So then we have okay, that was just age records for YIXUAN. We then will have for YINHU, which is our newest Thyren. We're getting a lot more like full animal Thyrens, which I know a lot of people are really excited about, but also I'm personally excited for it because Zenless zzzero has all these really cool elements they can play with their game. Thyrens being one of them. And they haven't used it till its full potential. Because even a lot of the Thyrens we were getting for a while, like Jane Doe, Nicomeia, Seth, as much as I love these characters, they're mostly humanoid. And I think you have such cool character models to play with. Do it. Do it, do it, do it. And they did it. Once again. With Mr. YINHU. I guess it'd be Mr. Pen. Also, I will say, this is the second gacha game in the last like year-ish to release a character that is just a big panda man. They're the first to officially release it. I will say Arknight's Enfield did tease the character first, but Arknight's Enfield isn't out yet. So can we say who did it first? Because Zenless zzzero, it's out. The game is out. This character is going to be released. You can pull for it. Arknight's Enfield released the character first, technically, but the game isn't released. So like, what do we do here? And I'm saying this as somebody who's a creator for both. I do not have a vested interest specifically, like more in either one of them. I am a creator for Arknight's Enfield. I'm a creator for Zenless zzzero. I don't have any vendetta here. I'm just like, how would that work? I've been thinking about this since they initially teased YINHU somewhere. I think it was like in What's Next trailer or something. I don't know what the technicality on that is. Who's making that call? So this is YINHU. There's no way we can practice on an empty stomach, girl. Me too. I have pretzels that I bought for the train just earlier today, like that I can take and eat tomorrow. I'm gonna eat them like right after I record this. I'm starving. He says even plants know to feed from the soil and drink dew. I can't read this font. I'm gonna be so real. There's no way we can practice on an empty stomach. Yep. See, take YINHU's words of advice. If you haven't had a snack today, go have a snack. I say this because I've been doing a lot more scrolling on Twitter again. It's not even doom scrolling, it's just me being too lazy and tired after like events and stuff. It was the traveling and then it was the event today. I could not do anything, so I scrolled on Twitter. Some of y'all need to touch grass. That's all I'm gonna say. And it's not even like, I'm not even talking about Zenless zzzero here specifically. I'm talking about like people on Twitter in general. Like, we could go on about that. But YINHU is right, eat a snack. You can't train on an empty stomach. So I have another quote from Fu. Says this while pointing at the bowl full of broccoli and questioning if it was on purpose or an accident. She says it's intentional, all for seniors' balanced nutrition. That was the loudest I've ever heard Junior Pen speak aside from when he's haggling. So I'm assuming that like order of operations here, like hierarchy, YIXUAN, Fufu, YINHU. Oh, this is where the new character came from. Okay, I knew there was another character somewhere. Because she says a Junior Pen. So I would be curious to see the Chinese version of this, because it says junior, but I'm almost thinking it might be like xiaopan, like small pan, like little, like kind of like a term of endearment thing. I'm curious, because this obviously, there's a lot of Chinese influence in Zenless zzzero already, but this is probably the most blatant of it. So I'm curious, I am. So YIXUAN says YINHU's always super energetic, just a bit stubborn sometimes. Once he thought he'd found a bird's nest delicacy, and it took Fufu an hour to convince him it was just water dripping from the Qingming bird's beak while it was dozing off. So bird drool is now canon in Zenless Zone Zero. Why am I? Oh, what did I do? I clicked it by accident. Hold on. Get me out of here. Get me out of here. Okay, we fixed it. Okay, so this is a character we've never heard from before, I don't think. YIXUAN. So I have no idea who this is, but I'm assuming they're somehow related to YUNKUI Summit. I don't know how, obviously. They say when your chi is full and you don't think about food. Oh, when your chi is full, you don't think about food. I beg to differ. If your belly's always stuffed with flavors, ain't your path to cultivation like climbing a ladder with a millstone. It's a heavy burden, I tell ya. I feel like I'm not gonna like YIXUAN, whoever they are, if they're an NPC or a playable character. I feel like I'm not gonna like them. Because they also kind of have the workaholic attitude, but like not in a fun way. If you're hungry, you should eat. I know it's like not that serious, it's like random gotcha game lore, but like, I'm just saying. Then we have a complaint from a new manager of the YIXUAN Peninsula store who is running various promotional events. They say even if I give him garlic for free, I'll still lose the scallion. Since I can't convince this master to dial back his negotiation. I did it again. To dial back his negotiation powers, I just hope he won't post his strategies on the public forums. That's so goofy, oh my gosh. That's goofy, it's fun, but it's goofy. So here's what I don't understand yet, right? My game is like not. I zoomed in to like get to see this better, and it's not wanting to work for me. Like when I scroll up. Cause here, Fufu calls him a junior, but then, oh, okay, I think when they say master here, it's not like a Shifu master, cause they're using Shifu and master differently here, right? Hold up, my hair is being annoying. So this just says master, like, and they're saying it's more so in relation to like a form of respect when talking to like a customer or something like that. Whereas with Shifu, it's like an actual term, but it does mean master, but it's like different, which is probably why they're using it that way. So it's not like, so it makes sense, you know? Language is fun, localization is fun. So that's YINHU. Let's go hear how he sounds. I'm curious because I do know how the Arknight's Enfield character sounds, so I'm curious if there will be any similarities, because like when I think of how he's gonna sound, my brain immediately goes to the Arknight's Enfield character. Anyways, what does YINHU sound like? Do we have audio? Now we do. What does YINHU sound like?
Very good. You look full of energy.
I mean, that's not the voice I was expecting, because it's a little bit different from the Arknight's character.
Hungry. Oh, what would you like to eat?
But it's also, I really like his voice.
Something for you.
I just think it's fitting.
Very good.
But like my brain just immediately thinks of the Arknight's Enfield character whose name, oh, Da Pan, Big Panda. Well, not Big Panda. Da is big, and then Pan for panda it's a play on words, kind of. Because is panda Xiong Mao? Is that panda? I'm really flexing my Mandarin skills here. Haven't done this in a while. So yeah, they still use the same, like a little bit of the same because it's Pan, but it's like flipped. Because Da Pan, Da was like the family name, but here Pan is the family. Interesting. They're like the same character in different fonts, but I think they probably were developed around, if not at the same time. It's just one game is out already and the other isn't. I find it so interesting that like two, like Yostar / Hypergriff and Hoyoverse did like the same thing, probably at the same time, and didn't even know. They made the big panda character, and like even the names are kind of a little bit similar. I think that's so interesting. And I'm not saying that as like a dig to either. I just think it's so interesting. Like I said, I don't have a super invested, like I have invested interest in both of these games, but they're like equal. It's so interesting to me. I really think it's interesting because these characters are probably developed around the same times. No relation to each other. I think that's so cool though. Yeah, that's Mr. YINHU. I do like his voice. I think it's fitting. It's just not what I was expecting because my brain kept going to the voice for Da Pan, which is like a little bit different. So it wasn't what I was expecting because I had like a voice in mind from a similar character that was teased. I'm so curious about this. So yeah, those were our new characters. I think we'll just end here. Oh, what did I click on? I clicked on the agent record again and I have to blur that out. Awesome. How are some of these things allowed in Hoyo? I like stopped using Hoyo Lab. I don't know how they allow some of these things. They're kind of insane. But that was it. All right, let's end this video before my AC decides to kick on and ruin the whole thing. I want my pretzels. I do want my pretzels. That is going to be it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. I will try to remember to post the Hoyo Lab down below so you can check out all this yourselves if you would like. I don't think they're drip marketing anyone else tonight, but if that is the case, I'm going to bed and we will have to dig into that later. So I'm gonna go take my meds and go sleep. If you like this video, make sure to give me a like down below, as well as subscribe for more and click the little notification bell to be notified when I upload new ones. As always, I hope everyone is having a super lovely day wherever you are in the world, and I'll see you all in my next video, which probably won't be face cam, just gonna say it. Bye guys!